I'm Chad Connerly, a retired Air Force colonel and husband of 25 years to my incredible wife Candace, my two amazing sons Tyler and Brandon. I'm a farmer and I'm a political outsider. Just 2 months ago, we elected a very qualified congressman who I believe had the experience to represent our wonderful district and state well. Then we lost him tragically and unexpectedly. Our thoughts and prayers continue to be with his wife and the two young children as they navigate through such a terrible loss to their family. Never did I dream that I'd be running for Congress. I'm not a smooth talker, and after serving 22 years in the Air Force with numerous deployments, commanding multiple Air Force squadrons, and managing billion-dollar budgets, I was perfectly content being right here at home, running our family farm. I've never had ambitions of being an elected official or running for any kind of political office at all.
As I watched the events of January 6 take place in our nation's capital, like you, I was sickened and angered to watch as innocent conservatives were being lumped into the same group as those violent and destructive people who stormed our nation's capital. Then, without even taking the time to understand their concerns, peaceful conservatives and Trump supporters from all across our nation were being called terrorists, radicals, and even worse. Then I watched as the media elite and big tech companies tried to squash our First Amendment right to free speech by silencing many who spoke out or had different opinions in the mainstream narrative. That is not the country I joined the Air Force to protect and defend. For too long, the D.C. Republican establishment has sold out conservatives and failed to even have the backbone to defend our values against the constant attacks from the radical left. It's the political establishment insiders that have created the toxic environment in D.C.
But sadly, the good old boy system is alive and well right here in Louisiana. And the Louisiana Republican establishment is also an insider's club. Even though the 5th Congressional District is a very rural and agricultural district, the establishment endorsed a political insider and did not even bother to review the background of me or any other Republican in the race, or even consider my long record of military service.
I have an agricultural business degree from LSU, 2 master's degrees, extensive farming experience, and I'm also a combat veteran with 22 years of federal budget experience.
When I asked the Louisiana Republican Party to consider my qualifications, they allowed me to speak for 2 minutes to a near empty room, and then just 20 minutes later, they endorsed my opponent by unanimous consent. It's this protect the establishment mentality that has led to most of the problems in our country. The establishment doesn't care who's most qualified, who best represents the district, or even who has the best ideas. They only care about protecting their club, not protecting you, the citizens of our great nation. I'm Chad Connerly, and I'm running for Congress, not because I'm looking to start a new career or because it's something I've always dreamed about. I'm running because our nation needs bold new leaders who are willing to stand and fight to preserve our freedoms. Someone with a proven leadership experience that's needed to actually fix the problems we're facing in Washington, not just talk about them. Someone just like you, a regular American with no political contacts, no insider connections, just an outsider who loves his country, who loves his freedom, loves his family, and loves his God. I'm Chad Connerly, and I'm running for Congress to be your voice, to fight for your freedoms, and to fight for our country. And I'll be honored to have your vote.
I'm Chad Connerly, and I approve this message.